Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and today we're going to do my Catalpa tree that I got free from my niece because her neighbor was throwing 2 seedlings out. So I got it in the fall of 2019. It survived 2 winters in just a regular pot like this. So what I did to save some time, I took it out of the pot and got most of the soil out. There's all the roots. So let's see what we can do with them. You can see it's got a good healthy root system right there. So let's see if we can get the main taproot off. As I can see a main root growing here. And we got to really pull that out. Real fat root. I'm dipping and clipping. Here's another root that's wrapping around. We want radial roots. There's a lot in here. I have to get my real strong root rake. Try to get some of these roots out of here. The soil out of these roots. It's a heavy root ball, but it's got to be done so we can get a nice radial root base out of it. Shaking it off in the bucket. See, we got that big taproot out of there. So we're getting it combed out the best we can. Now you're saying to yourself, I got arthritis, I can't do it. Well, there's no such word as can't. Just try. I got arthritis too. I got it in my right foot right now. It's hard to stand on, but I'm doing it. So don't be afraid to do it. I just muscle through the best I can. Let's get some of these downward facing roots out of here. There we go. There's a big taproot there. Let's see what else we can get out of it. It's got a lot of fibrous roots, but we got the root base pretty well flat. There's nothing else moving around, as you can see. This root's growing nice in a radial direction. Let's get some of the soil out of here. Now don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. It's not gonna hurt. And if you get the floor dirty, that's what brooms are for, to mop up, to sweep up. But I wouldn't suggest doing it in the house. Basement's fine or outside. Okay. Here's one major downward taproot. Right there. If you can see it. Another one there. Get these downward roots cut out. So we got a nice radial root base here. I think after we made such a big mess, what are you gonna do? You did it when we were kids. You never were afraid to get full of soil, full of dirt. Well, now we got our roots growing the best we can, just combing them out so they grow in a radial direction. You can see how nice and thick the trunk is. So you see what I mean? You can get a bonsai tree for practically nothing. If somebody's throwing it out, hey, grab it. Why pay $500 or $100 for I got this beautiful bonsai tree with all this fancy stuff on there. Fancy trunk bent like a snake, when you can get one for free. Or just get the seed and grow it. So I think that's what we're going to do for now. Leave this growing out nice. We got to save some roots on there. Now the trunk is a little tall. We don't want it to grow 70 feet tall, because as you can see, let me put this in the water so it don't dry out. As you can see, it can grow to 70 feet tall or 21 meters. It likes to be in a well-drained soil. It likes full sun to part shade, and it'll grow in zones 4 to 8. So today I'm going to use 1 part worm castings, 2 parts peat moss, 1 part torpedo sand, 1 part sifted perlite, 1 part repti bark. Now if you only can use soil, get a good potting soil, but add perlite into it. Make it like a 1-to-2 ratio or a 1-to-1 ratio, so at least you get some good drainage for the tree. Okay, so let's clean this off. It's only soil, so if you get dirty, hey, you did it as a kid, why not? Okay, pick up our little cup. Always good to have some paper towels around. So, I am going to wipe this off a little bit better so we don't get our pot all really dirty. Get our table cleaned off. That's good. All I got is an oil pan, $1.49. Got the drain holes drilled in it. Or was it $2.49? Anyway, it's a good strong one. Don't get one at the dollar store because they're too flimsy. So let's get our well-draining soil in there. Let's pull it out. Hold down the screen till we get a nice layer on the bottom. And you can see how nice the soil is. Nice and loose and crumbly. But I think I can put just a bucket and put it in the best we can. Got a good drink of water. Put it right in the middle there. Look at that. Beautiful little tree. The roots will fan out. These are all fine little hair-like roots, but get it in there. And we got enough room in the back for it to grow. As you can see. Remember, garage sales. Get yourself a turntable. You're gonna work on bonsai. They got them cheap. Get our roots in. Now you can see catalpa trees in the neighborhood. They got them long bean-like seed pods. You can always grow it from one of them. But this ain't bad for a nice tree that was free. person was gonna was giving it away or throwing it out. So my niece took it. We got it in a pot. And we saved the tree from dying. Let's get it in with the chopstick real good. Let's fill the back in. Tuck it in real good, use your fingers. There we go. Let's give it a little water. Now before I add any more soil to it, to get our roots healthy, I'm going to give it a shot of Azus. Now, if you don't have beneficial bacteria, you can always use some unmilled sphagnum moss in the bottom to help the roots to start to grow. Now, this tree is going to go in a shaded location because I don't want it to get into shock. I want the roots to grow. So I'm adding some Mykos beneficial bacteria to help the roots to grow. This is good for root growth. It's pure mycorrhizal inoculant from Extreme Gardening. So now we get the rest of our potting soil. Put some more on top. Now the tree had a good rock, which I think will be good to hold it down, but let's first get some more soil in there because the wind really did a number on this tree. It used to blow it all over the yard. That's why I had to put that big old rock in there. And I think I mixed the right amount of soil for this tree. Now, we don't want this tree to grow 70 feet tall. So I'm going to cut it off right where this leader, this little branch is going to be our new leader. We're going to cut this off here. Let's put our rock in first. It'll be good to hold down the root system and everything. Make sure you push it in good, your roots, your soil into your roots. There we go. Get a little more in there so it looks like the rock has been sitting in the soil. I don't know if anybody has done a Catalpa tree on YouTube, but it's an easy tree. I lived and survived these harsh winters. I put it in a nice sheltered location. So we got our beneficial bacteria in there. Our rock to hold it in place, but it's in there solid. So let's take our shears, dip it, and we're gonna slice it off right about here. Now you say, will this be a cutting? We'll try it out. And I'll try it out in some sand later. So right now I'm going to let it sit in the water. And when we're done with the video, I'll get some sand put it in and let's see if it grows. Hey, you never know. They say thick trunks don't root, but let's try it. Ain't gonna hurt. Now for that big cut, before I do anything else, if it's bigger than a pencil, rule of thumb is always to put something on it. So I'm using lipstick. My niece picks them up for me. She gets them cheap. I don't know where she gets them, but I call her my little snail and she's got it. So I'm dabbing it on real good to seal up that wound. And it's cut at a 45 degrees, so this way here, whatever's on there, the water drains off. And what kind of lipstick we using? Wet n Wild. For our tree. Why not? Use the good stuff. Let's water it in real good. You don't have to get fancy watering cans or nothing. All you got to do is use an old juice bottle. Put some holes in it with the ice pick and you got it. Water it down real good. Now this will have to sit in shade for a good week so let the roots grow, and I'm glad it's a little cool outside. 54 Fahrenheit or 21 Celsius, but I'm glad of that. Okay, push it in real good. Make sure we got all the roots covered. We got the Mykos beneficial bacteria in there for the root growth and the azus. And I know I'm going to have to order more because I use a lot, but it's well worth it because the beneficial bacteria helps your roots to grow. It works symbiotically where it gets the wherever the roots can't get the nutrients, it gets the nutrients for it, and they transfer and they work back and forth to help each other out. So they make a good combo. And like I say, Extreme Gardening has that, it has a nice sample pack with all the good beneficial bacteria that they sell. And it's free for $4.95 or $4.96 shipping and handling, and that's not bad. So for under $5 you get a great sample package. So there we go. So have a great day. Thank you for coming to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Tomorrow's Arbor Day. Plant a tree. It's mystery night. Holmes, Ellery Queen, and a cup of tea. Have a great day.